So I wanted to make this video today to explain to you ladies how your girlfriends will keep you from meeting a guy. They will keep you single. Many of you ladies probably have experienced this. You're at a club, or you're at some spot or whatever. Guy starts talking to you. Then one of your girlfriends comes over and pulls you to the side. And she's like, oh, we gotta go, we gotta do this, she sees you in the middle of a conversation with the dude and she pulls you away. Now, I'm not talking, about if it's a situation where you're talking to some dude and the dude is one of those thirsty, sketchy type of dudes that's all up on you and you're literally trying to get away from him, and then your girlfriend comes and pulls you away because she can sense that you're not, wanting to be in that situation with the dude. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you're having a regular conversation with the dude, and then your girlfriend pulls you aside and she's like, oh, we gotta go, let's do this and let's do that. And what most of you ladies don't do is you don't check your girlfriend. You don't say, listen, hold on, I'm talking to this guy, I'll be there in a second, chill the fuck out. You understand? And the reason why a lot of you ladies don't do that is because women subscribe to Groupthink. Okay, and since women subscribe to Groupthink, you have a lot of women who don't think for themselves. So since these ladies don't think for themselves, they're going to always go along with what their girlfriends are doing no matter what. You understand what I'm saying? And I understand, in certain situations where you're out with your girlfriend, you don't want to you want to stick with the group because, you might be in a certain spot or situation where something can happen. You might be like, okay, it's not safe for us to, to be apart, so we're going to stick together. I understand all that. But like I said in a situation earlier, if you're talking to some dude and you want to talk to him and then your girlfriend is just pulling you away, and this guy is like a cool dude, then she's gonna keep you from getting with that guy. You understand? And a lot of you ladies know what the fuck I'm talking about. A lot of dudes that's listening know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I've been in situations like that where, women, I'm talking to a girl and her girlfriend's pulling her away, and I've have to stop her girlfriend, hey, listen, you need to chill out. I'm talking to your homegirl. She's going to be with you in a second. And the thing is that your friends a lot of times are doing that because they're jealous of the fact that there's a guy talking to you and not talking to them. You understand what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. You think, or you look for your friends to give you permission to do what you want. You understand? I've seen situations where I would be trying to talk to a girl, and there's usually a ringleader in the group or something like that. So the girl has to look to her ringleader, and her ringleader has to give her the okay that it's okay to talk to this guy. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of guys know what I'm talking about. You're talking to a girl, you're trying to holler at a girl, or you're trying to stop a girl in the street, and then her girlfriend's with her, so then she has to look at her girlfriend to see if it's okay with her girlfriend that she's talking to you. See what I'm saying with this groupthink thing? So a lot of it stems from you ladies not thinking for yourselves. You understand what I'm saying? You not thinking for yourself, and you subscribing to groupthink, and you allowing your girlfriends to butt into your conversations with men, or stop you from having these conversations with men, is going to ruin your relationships, your sex life, your love life, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And it's weird. But another thing I noticed though is that you have women who will basically, and this also goes along to the group thing. You have women who will be in the situation where they're about to go out with a guy, and their friends they tell them, hey, we're, me and the girls are doing something tonight. You should come with us. And a lot of times women won't say it directly like that, but they'll insinuate that and expect you to come along with them, knowing that you're supposed to be meeting a guy. You understand? Like, I remember I was supposed to go on a date with this chick, and she was, we were supposed to meet up, and then all of a sudden she couldn't meet up with me. And her reason being was that her girlfriend wanted her to come along with her to do some bullshit. Something. I don't know what the fuck it was. But the thing was, I knew that her and her girlfriend basically were hanging out that whole week. Right? So her and her girlfriend are hanging out that whole week. And I was only going to see this girl for like two hours because I had to do something later that night. You understand? So I was like, look, let's get together real quick. Let's hang out for a second. So your girlfriend knew that you were going to come see me. A couple of hours before we're going to see each other, your girlfriend's begging you to come along with her somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? So she knows you're coming to see me, and now she's like, oh, I want you to do this. Now, mind you, you've been hanging out all week with this girl. You understand? All week. I want to see you for 2 hours. And she has to have you for those 2 hours. And now the thing is that what she doesn't realize is that what her friend is most likely doing is hating on the fact that she is gonna come see me. So she's like, damn, I'm not seeing nobody, or I don't have this new guy that wants to see me, so I don't want you to have fun and see this guy. So come along with me. So what happens is that this girl, her friend is probably the ringleader, and she's taking advantage of the groupthink. You understand? Like, this shit it goes on. This is what goes on. You understand? So now this girl, she basically is like, oh, I can't make it today because my friend needs me to follow her somewhere and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. So, I had to call it a day with that one. But anyway. But the thing is that, if you ladies want a dude, y'all need to realize that y'all have to think for yourself. Think for yourself. Go right now, any of you ladies listening, take a sheet of paper, get a marker, black marker, and write "think for yourself" on the paper and hang it up in your room somewhere where you can see it every day. So the next time you're at a party and one of your other single girlfriends are trying to pull you away from some guy who you want to talk to, you just remember what you wrote on that paper. You understand? Anytime when you're supposed to meet up with a guy and then your girlfriends are like, no, come and stay with us and do this and do that, but you really want to see this guy, remember, think for yourself. Because if you keep going along with this group thing, if you keep just basically doing all these, making the girls basically cock block or clit block, whatever you want to call it, then you're not gonna be getting any guys. You're not gonna really be getting the type of guys you want. It's not, your shit's not gonna be really happening for you, and you're gonna stay single. You understand? Like, women, generally speaking, you ladies, you get very jealous of each other, and that needs to stop. And that jealousy, sometimes is what causes these things to happen. You understand? It's like she's pulling you away because she's being, she doesn't want you to have that good time because she's not, nobody's all up on her. You understand? That's where a lot of it stems from. So you ladies really need to get it together if you want shit to happen. And let me make this clear. Because, women all the time they'll say, you know, because I talk to a lot of women, and I always say, you know, most women don't have game. And, you know, women will say, oh no, well, you know, I have game because I got all these guys that want to get with me and blah blah blah. You know, that does not mean you have game. If you have game, you know, as a woman, if you have game, you're able to keep a man interested in you. You understand? So if you can't even get to that point where you can even like get with a guy to even go out on a date because, you know, your girlfriends are basically sabotaging your shit, then you won't even get the chance to get with a dude that's gonna want to even think about staying with you. You understand? So if you're single and you don't want to be single, you have to think about these things. You gotta realize that this shit happens. And sometimes, you know, and some of you ladies are thinking right now, like, yeah, that shit does happen. Like, I'll be at this spot and my girlfriend's always pulling me away, and I really want to talk to them, but they want to leave the party, and they see me talking to them. You know, y'all know what the fuck is going on. Okay? So remember, next time all that shit is going on, think for yourself. Think for yourself. Alright, ladies? And if you want any more relationship advice, make sure you pick up my book, It's Your Fault, Your Single Tips on Finding Mr. Right. And holla at me. I'm out of here, Mr. Locario. The truth is inside you. Peace.